Hi everyone, this is Jess, aka Sketchwriter Jess. Visit my blog at sketchwriterjess.com. I'm also Sketchwriter Jess on Instagram and many of the other platforms. Today is Twin Flame Tuesday, which means we are doing the Twin Flame spread. When I say we, I mean I've got my spirit guides and my angel. First, I will introduce my little angel. She kind of looks like a picture I saw of Uriel, so she's really adorable. So I'm going to say this is Uriel. I mean, he could be a guy, I don't know, he could be feminine or something. I have no idea, but she kind of looks like her, and I've always had like a attachment to this doll. So then we have this African doll that I have. I got her from the National Gallery in Washington, D.C. No. Not the National Gallery, the National History Museum, I think. I call her Mombasa. I don't know if that's an African name, but that's the name that I give her. So she's going to be over here too. Last but not least, we have Cal. He's got his little trumpety clarinet thing. I actually played the clarinet when I was younger. That's why my mom or my dad got me this. I can't remember. Maybe they both got it for me. But it's a little guy, and he's playing a clarinet, but I don't know how to make a clarinet sound, so I made like a trumpet sound. I know. You know what? Chuck the Duck wants me to introduce you to. He's a safety duck. He doesn't make any sounds, but if you put hot water on him, he changes color, apparently. I've never done it before. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get into this now and start shuffling. And I will tell you more about Twin Flamey stuff, like my views on it, as we get into the reading. Also today, what I do, I do this thing where I channel messages, but I do it through writing. I have made a bargain with my spirit guides and my angels. I said no voices, no visions, because frankly, that freaks me out. And with my complicated history with my bipolar disorder, I've had like a psychosis in the past, and it had to do with voices and hallucinations and stuff. And I just was like, no. It's like, you can give me messages through the pen. And now, of course, sometimes I hear songs, so I may start singing songs. But other than that, that doesn't bother me because, you know, you get songs stuck in your head. It's not like a problem. But I think everybody who channels makes their own agreements, hopefully. So as I'm shuffling here, thinking of the collective, all of us on this journey of twin flames. Think of something. Think of what you want to know. Even though by the time you see this video, I mean, I have done this and I don't know who I'm doing this for, but I think that the collective is in it deep enough that they're always going to be in it. And so, no matter when you're thinking of it, it doesn't matter. It's manifesting. It's doing its thing. It's the soup on the stove. It's simmering. And so we're doing that as a collective. We're letting the soup go and letting it simmer. And it's going to take as long as it takes to find the one who's your twin flame. And my journey has been kind of convoluted, so I mean, I might go on a little bit. Oopsies. Okay. Stop it. Hey. No, we're not going to be doing that. They want to come out, and I'm like, no. We're gonna make sure this is more organized. It has to be, because otherwise I will feel really annoyed. Oh, by the way, that shadow up there is the fan. I have to have the fan because I am hot. So if that bothers you, then you can click off. Really, it shouldn't bother you too much. I'm down here, so eyes down here, buddy. Usually it's eyes up here, buddy. You know, staring at my chest or something. Okay. So, Spirit, what kind of reading can I give the collective today? Whatever you can tell us, that would be great. I will let it unfold, I promise, I really will. Thank you for being there for all of us, for allowing us to partake in this journey. And now I'm going to do the reading. Okay. So, basically this reading is a spread that has two parts. Has a masculine part and a feminine part. And then there is a third part that's more of a theme that's underlying. But I consider it more about the masculine and feminine, where they are. And then like how they can come together. What are the things that are common that they're dealing with? So this could resonate with you. It may not. I'm not going to make any promises here. I'm more of an insightful reader. Like, I do more for insight than for actual future foretelling. Because I just don't think I have that ability. Some people do. I don't know. I just am more of an insight person. When I use tarot for myself, I do it for insight. I don't try to foretell the future. So, it's a part of me letting things unfold. It's just my journey with the tarot. So here we go. And I will have a spread of this on Instagram. It'll show you the actual spread. Huh? That's weird. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Interesting. Nope. No. Just bizarre. Oh. Oh boy. I don't know if I should take this one. But you know what? The crazier it is, the better. The more interesting. This is what came up first, and I'm going to go with it. This happened to me last night on my live. I had a card that I knew was like one of the worst cards in the deck, and it came up in this one too. And it was in the theme just like this one, and I had shuffled this too. But I did forget to cut the deck. Oh my god. Okay, I have to do it again. I forgot to cut the deck. Oh boy. Sorry guys. I have to do it again. Oh boy. Well, hopefully it'll be just as interesting. I gotta shuffle it all over again. I didn't cut the deck. That's why that happened. Sorry. Now you're gonna be bored. No, please don't boo me. And I gotta knock out the energy too. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Now, if they all come up again, that's fine, because I'll cut the deck. But, I was thinking, I don't know about this. Okay. Spirit, please help us find what we need to understand the insights of what we can do for ourselves to better our twin flame journey and attract the right people to us. Thank you. Now I'm cutting the deck. Now if the same cards show up again, that's like a cruel joke there. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that goes over here. I think this is going to be a better spread here. That other one was ridiculous. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is this is better. I think this is a lot better. Oh, okay. Alright. This one's not going to be it may not be as exciting, but you know, sometimes you need like more objective view. You need something that's going to be more direct and that's going to hit you, but kind of in a soft, gentle way. This one is going to be more, may have some sadness to it. It's not going to be exciting, but it's going to be sad, and it will bring up all those fears that you have with the twin flame journey. So, now it's time to look in the big book. This is my big book. Has all my meanings in it. So it's got like a picture of the card, and then I've got my meanings. I wrote them all down, and it's still a work in progress. So first, we will go with the masculine. It's more like a past, present, future type of thing, but not future in the sense of like telling the future, but more like maybe what is on his mind for the future. What could be on his mind. And then we have the same for the feminine too. And then we have the theme. So, now, we have the Eight of Swords. Nose is sniffling. Yeah. Okay, we have that reversed. This is the past for the masculine. Disquiet, difficulty, opposition, accident, treachery, the unforeseen fatality. Okay? It's a lot. A lot to take in. Next one. It's the King of Cups reversed, and this is like his present state. Double dealing, man, dishonest, injustice, scandal, vice. Oh, this is more exciting than I thought. Okay. And the last, Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is one of those ones that's sad card. Leaving emotions behind, timid nature, modesty, walking away with honor. It's sad, but it's like, you know, you pulled yourself together and you're moving on. So, I mean, it is a good card. Now, considering all that other stuff, that probably is a good card to end on for him. Now, for the feminine, we have justice upright, equity, equality, rightness, probate law, executive, judge, and lawyers. Okay, well, I like the equality. I mean, that's where she is. That's what she wanted in the past. That's what she was feeling in the past when she met this guy, probably. Then we have the Emperor upright. Stability, aid, protection, conviction, reason. That's where she is now. And then we have the Knight of Wands, upright. Okay. Departure, absence, flight, immigration, friendly, change of residence, young man. That's interesting. So, I mean, she's also kind of in departure mode. Thinking of a young guy, perhaps. Okay. So then we have, for the theme, we have the Six of Cups. We know from a lot of tarot readers that usually means past life connection. I'm going to still look it up because I know I have other meanings in here. Reflecting on childhood happiness, enjoyment, things that have vanished. Okay. I think for this, we're going to say reflecting on things that have vanished. I think these two people could be separating. They're thinking of separating, at least. Where they are in the present time, the feminine seems to be more confident, more sure. The masculine is kind of feeling like, what did I do? What am I doing? I really screwed up. At least that's how I feel. And he maybe even came into that when they first met. He may have been in that feeling, who knows why. But so now what I like to do is I like to write down my poem, and then I write down my channeled message. Poem I write with my left hand, and the channeled message I write with my right hand, because that's faster. Sometime in another video I'll explain all that, but for right now, that's not the purpose of this video. I know this is an important topic for lots of people. It's an important topic for me as well. It's probably the thing that drew me to the tarot cards in the first place, was meeting somebody and feeling these deep feelings for them. So, I know how important it is. So, we'll start with the masculine, his past. What I do is I write down each card and their meanings. But I only take a few meanings. I don't write every single part of the meanings down. So we have we have the past, the Eight of Swords. Reversed. Okay, let's look that up. Look it up again. See, reading it gives me a chance to absorb it a little bit. So we're going to say this. We're going to say difficulty, and disquiet. I'm going to look up disquiet in my trusty dictionary thesaurus. Oh, sorry it's taking a while. Okay. Uneasiness, anxiety. Yeah, I like that. Uneasiness, anxiety. So the next one is the King of Cups reversed. So that's the present. Okay. I'm going to look that up now. Double-dealing man, dishonest, injustice, scandal, vice. I'm going to say dishonest. And I'll look up vice. I'll put down vice, but I'm going to look up vice. Because I just have that feeling that has something to do with it. You know, maybe he had an addiction to something. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know who this is for. Could be for lots of people. I mean, lots of people go through these things. I think one thing that people have to be careful of with tarot card readings, especially the general ones on YouTube, is a lot of it is very general. It is general. And so you can't take every single thing as for you. And for one thing, if you do that, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to absolutely drive yourself nuts. And that's nowhere you want to be. So please do me a favor and only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Really, it's that simple. You don't need to be controlling every single thing and have everything laid out. I have to learn that too. And you know, I have a hard time with it. Sometimes I go, oh yeah, that definitely happened. That's definitely right. Yes, yes. But, you know, it's a general reading, so it probably has pieces that resonate that I've had before. Things that I have felt before. Those are the things that resonate with you the most. Wow, there's a lot of vice. Immorality. Wrongdoing. How about wrongdoing? I think that's... I really believe that that's more what I'm feeling here. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then for the future, like what's on his mind for the future? Eight of Cups. I'll look it up again, but I'm pretty sure. And this one is not reversed. I'm going to write walking away with honor. And I'll find some other things. Leaving emotions behind. Modesty. Yeah, why don't we say leaving emotions behind? We have that difficulty. Okay. I would say modesty too, because it's possible this guy may be kind of cocky. I mean, he has all these feelings, anxiety, but then there could be, he thinks about wrongdoing a lot, vices, having an addiction. When you have an addiction, it's like it takes over, and it's like makes you more like you feel like you can conquer everything. But also with addictions is like it can make you feel like you got to go back in the corner and cry because now you don't have it anymore. Like, oh, I just finished my drink. Okay, but now I got to go back and cry because I don't have my drink. That can happen to people. It happened to me for a while. I'm still grappling with it. I'm still not sure if I'm truly an addict or not. But I understand addiction, and because I have family members who deal with it. So it's a tough thing. It's a really tough thing. And considering that I have family members that deal with it, that's why I'm kind of nervous to really make alcohol a big part of my life. I have it once in a while, but I don't know, I'm beginning to feel like, some people when they give up certain meats and stuff, they give up meat or something, they feel like become a vegetarian. Well, I feel like maybe I'm an alcoholitarian, alcoholigan, like a vegan, no alcohol. I shouldn't make a joke about that, but I'm sorry, this is such a serious reading, I can't help it. So I'll probably end up not drinking. Of course, that'll drive me crazy because I enjoy it. So, but, okay. So enough of that. Next, we have the feminine. And what I've done is I've left room on the bottom for the poem. Sorry about that, guys. My phone died. So I had to remove the video, put it on my computer, all that stuff. So, where were we? We're at the feminine now. And what I did was I put the feminine on a separate page. This way I left some room for the poem for the male, poem for the female, or masculine, feminine, however you want to say it. But I tend to be more male, female because I'm straight, so I'm into guys, so that's how I channel. But no problems, no worries, whatever floats your boat, right? Okay, so for the feminine and her past, we have Justice card. What was that? Oh. Okay. Okay, we're going to look that up. Okay. We're going to say equality, I think, or equity, we could say equity, rightness. Equity, rightness. Equality, rightness. I think that's what we're going to put. And maybe executive too. Like she's like a head honcho somewhere. Okay. Next, for the present, we have the Emperor. And that one's up. Look that guy up. Stability, conviction, reason. Okay. In the future, Knight of Wands. Departure. Young man. Change. Okay. Oh, and then we have the theme. Put that on a separate page. Oh, boy. Some of these are funny. Okay. Six of Cups up. I want to say reflecting on enjoyment. And things that have vanished. Oh, boy. Alright. Well, this is a pretty intense one here. What I'm going to do is just see if I can give a general flow, general reading so far of what could be going on, because I want to write poems for each person. And what I'm thinking of doing, instead of doing, I usually do like these Japanese poems, tanka and haiku. I've decided that I'd rather do free verse with this, because to me there's a lot of mental stuff, and there's a lot of things that go up and down, and I don't know, I just feel like that's the right thing to do. So anybody who was expecting a tanka and haiku, I'm sorry, but it's changed. This one seems like it's going to flow right out. I mean, I'll have to edit that much, but we'll see. Probably have to edit something, but I'll write them on the left side of the page. I didn't like write it on the right, the edits on the right side, so I could still edit. And then there's the channel message too, which will be interesting. So for the masculine, I say he came into this thing. If he met somebody, he met his twin flame, but he didn't really realize it. He met somebody, and it brought up a lot of things, a lot of memories, a lot of difficulty, a lot of scary stuff. Then he walked away from it. He left with his emotions intact. How he came out from it was he became more modest. He'd come in kind of cocky, kind of sure of himself. Even though he had difficulties and stuff, it was like, I don't know, he was caught up in something. And maybe, if he had some addiction, or even an addiction to people, like you can have an addiction to people. And like he was so addicted to people that like he just got caught up in their drama and stuff, and then he just left it. Now, to me, this is like where either this is where he was before he met the twin flame, or this is where he is now and he's meeting the twin flame. So we'll see. We'll see with the feminine here. Now the feminine, she is already here. She's already like, nobody's going to treat me like shit. Absolutely not. I won't stand for it. She's stable. She does things with conviction. She thinks both sides through. She's thinking of leaving. She's thinking of going away from possible union. She's thinking about the young man. She's thinking of changing, perhaps, changing something. So, I mean, for her, this could be she was with somebody and now she's going to move on to somebody else. That's possible. That's absolutely possible. Yeah. So, I mean, this guy could have become more modest, thought less of any wrongdoing done to him or anything he did wrong. He could be that way when he meets her. But she could just still see that he's still not over it yet. He's still immature. So she moves on. The theme is reflecting on enjoyment, but then also things that have vanished. So with these two people, it's like they had good times, but then it all just kind of disappeared because they weren't really at the same level. One person was more mature, the other person was less mature, and they could both be reflecting on things from the past that they liked with each other, but they're both beginning to think, maybe this isn't right, maybe we just need to part. Maybe... And I've heard this thing about runners and chasers, and like one person's chasing the other one, and it's like a Pac-Man game or something, Pac-Man's chasing little, Miss Pac-Man's chasing Pac-Man all throughout the thing. It's funny. Anyways, yeah, it's another joke with the twin flames. Oh no, no, no more jokes, no. Um, so, you know, it's one of those things where, like, both people were not ready to meet, perhaps. And yet, even though they weren't ready to meet each other, they met each other anyways. It was a star-crossed thing. I don't know if you saw my star-crossed spread the other day. I talked about, like, these people were, like, ignoring each other. They had met, and they didn't want to really be around each other. And then all of a sudden, boom! Like, all of a sudden, they really wanted to see each other. They really wanted to be around each other. And they had this push-me, pull-me thing. And then, you know, it's like in those TV shows from the 80s, you know, the people are arguing, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're kissing each other. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it was, you know, in that reading. So maybe this is like a continuation. This is next in the saga. So, you know, I don't know, whoever this is for, I could be part of it, because I usually kind of read for myself in the collective, and it's possible this is what's happening. I mean, yeah, kind of, you know. It's hard to let go of people. It's hard to let go, especially when you feel like there's so much shared between you, just in terms of body language. Body language is powerful, and there are people who don't realize that. So, also, the Six of Cups, I've heard that that's like past life connection. So, I mean, it's possible these people had past life connection. They felt at home with each other, and they felt like, this is nice. You know, it feels nice when I'm around this person. But they weren't ready to be together yet. They just weren't matched. They weren't matched evenly. So they both leave with their head held high, like, I'm going to do my thing, and then he's going to do his thing, and we'll just kind of part, and it'll be okay. Now, with a lot of twin flames, apparently they get back together, and this happens all the time. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like there's a lot of wishful thinking in that. Also, there are some people, they say things like, oh, you know, like, they're having a bad relationship. They're going to get out of the karmic relationship. Well, I'm not going to wish somebody get out of their relationship to be with me. That's messed up. That's bad karma. That's between him and that person, whether they want to be together or not. And, you know, if they're with somebody else, then they don't need to be with somebody new. I mean, unless they really feel like it's the right thing to do. But if it is, they need to be honest with their partner and say, you know, I need to go. But I wouldn't wish that. I'm not that selfish that I would wish that. Maybe in the past I was. I mean, I was when I was in college. Oh my God, I would fall for the guy. If I found out he was with somebody, oh my God, I'd be like, you know, I gotta break them up. I gotta find some way to break them up. Well, you know, I've changed. I'm not feeling that way anymore. And I don't wish ill will towards people that I have to part with. It just makes no sense. It's like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So, now it's time for the poems. And we're just going to do like these very quick poems. So I'm going to start writing. Now I'm working on the feminines. And now I'm going to write for the theme. I forgot to write down the theme. Wait a minute. I thought I did write it down. Weird. Oh, I wrote it on the other page. Oops. Okay, I'll write it down here. I'll write the channeled message or the poem inside here. It gives me space to edit. Okay. I'm gonna sleep. River. I'm writing down the masculine right now. I'm going to change one of the words. And then I'll read you the edited parts. I mean, like, I'll read you what I'm about to edit. So just so that I'm not just sitting here writing, I'm going to read what I originally had and what I have now for the masculine and feminine parts. We have full of uneasiness. We meet in the midst of wrongdoing for the masculine. All things equal, I am convinced that it's time to leave for the feminine. And I changed it so that's we the whole time. Full of disquiet, we meet in the midst of wrongdoing. All things are equal, we are convinced we need to part. Okay. So we have the next part, the theme. Okay, so for the theme, the original I had, we have a bond that goes deep like a river. We're full of happiness in each body, each time, each place. For the edited part, we have a bond that runs deep like a red river. We are full of happiness in each breath we take, in each other's presence. So, people are nervous, and then it's time. So I will now read the whole thing all together. Full of disquiet, we meet in the midst of wrongdoing. All things are equal, we are convinced we need to part. We have a bond that runs deep like a red river. We are full of happiness in each breath we take, in each other's presence. So, these people meet and they're not expecting to fall in love, and all of a sudden they feel like they're home. Like, never been with somebody like this. Never felt so happy to be around somebody. So now I've got the channel message, and we'll see what happens here. I don't know what'll happen. Okay, guys, this is really special. You know, I'm sad that this reading is almost going to be over because it's a really beautiful reading. Usually when I read, I consider myself part of the collective. I kind of don't want to get my hopes up, but maybe the next person I meet will feel this way. I don't know. Here's the message. We meet again in this lifetime, fully refreshed, yet new like babies, learning to walk and becoming toddlers who stand tall to children at play, to adults who feel young at heart with each other. We want to stay in the eye of the hurricane together, never falling, holding tight to something that feels like home. We feel like home. Ah, boy. Well, I'm not sure there's really much I can say after that. I will take a picture of the spread for Instagram. You'll get to see how it is, and I'll explain it. It's so special, I'm going to write the whole message. In fact, I'm even going to put it on my blog too, so you'll always have it. You'll always be able to print it out if you need to. It's possible I'll do an illustration for this. I think some of the collective readings that I do in here are special enough. I could sell them in the shop. But I'll always put a disclaimer saying, you know, it is on the blog or something if it has been done with a video. So you don't feel cheated like, oh, it's for free. And no, it'll be like a special art piece that people could buy. Special, you know, sometimes the best things come to share. Just share something that we're all looking for. So, I guess I'll tell you where my shop is. It's Sketchwriter Jess on Etsy. This spread will be on Instagram. It'll be on my blog. The blog will take a while. I'm probably going to post that on Saturday. Usually that's when I like to do that once a week. I don't like to post blog posts every day. The videos are different. They're a little easier for me to do. And I just feel like I connect better that way. So be sure to like and subscribe if you